Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, February 8th. Things have been busy, so I haven't really had a chance to talk about the Grammy pre show that we did, which was so much fun. I can't tell you. There's always confusion about this. Um, there's the Grammy show, which it happens in the evening. That's the one that like Joni was on and Tracy Chapman and they give out about 8 awards, and then there's all kinds of production numbers, like with Miley Cyrus and all these people. Well, there's another Grammy show that takes place during the day where they give out about 80 Grammys for every other category there is, um, and it cranks along. It is intense and really fun to do. Cheche Alara is our musical director on it, who I've worked with many, many times on different projects and Latin Grammy shows and all that. But we end up with approximately 100 pieces of music to work up for that show. It's pretty amazing. It's really amazing. And we had a great time with it. Kirk Franklin tore the house down with the number he did. He had his choir with him, and it was something else. So we had a great time with that. And I felt bad when we left. It was pouring rain, and I'm seeing all these people arriving in their finery for the evening show. All the girls in their skimpy little outfits, and their hair's been all done, and the guys are all duded up, and it's pouring rain on them. And that really kind of sucked. But it is what it is. You can't fool Mother Nature, as the old commercial said. So that was great. Um, we've been in for a couple of days rehearsing with the immediate family. We have gigs starting next week. Tuesday, we're going to be at the Mint in Los Angeles, and Wednesday, Valentine's Day, we'll be at the Libero Theater up in Santa Barbara, and then we head off to, farther up north to Saratoga and one other up there, and then we come home for a couple of days and then head to Florida to do the Rock Legends cruise. And then when that's over, I think we have 4 shows in Florida, and then Russ Kunkel and I stay around for another day, and then get on the Kiamo cruise with Lyle Lovett and do that one, and then we come back to the West Coast to do gigs with Lyle. So things are pretty nuts. Tomorrow morning, Russ and I, before our band rehearsal, are doing an episode. We got a session doing an episode of The Simpsons, which will be fun to do. And every time I think about The Simpsons, I worked on the music for the Tracy Ullman show, which is where The Simpsons first premiered as a little snippet in Tracy's shows. So I've been doing that for about 30 years now. And then Sunday, I'm going to go over to Steve Piccaro's house and put bass on a track that he's working on. I love Steve, so that'll be great to see him. And so things are cranking along, but we're having fun with the immediate family, rehearsing again. Now, the thing that's happening with these gigs, and this is the dilemma when you have a lineup of guys like this, is Waddy, since the very beginning, has been Stevie Nicks' musical director, and everything Stevie's ever done, Waddy's at her side, and she's out touring now, so Waddy can't do the gigs with us. So I'm just giving you a heads up. But we are so fortunate to have Elliot Easton, who was the guitarist in the group The Cars, has jumped in, and he's going to play with us, and we're going to do some Cars songs in the set, and he's taken on, covering Waddy's parts. So it's really great. It's really fun. It's a little different to those that want to come there to see Waddy. I'm sorry to say he's not going to be at these gigs. Later in the year when Stevie's done, then we have gigs, and he'll be back. But Elliot is a dear friend and is just killing it. It sounds really great with him too. So and then Russ, me, Steve, and Cooch. So all that's going on. But I thought I'd throw up I put out a little more music here on a comparative level again. I've featured this song, I think, a long time ago, but then I realized I had also done another version of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. And this was Neil Sedaka's Laughter in the Rain from 1974. A little bit of info it says here, released in the US in the fall of 1974, Laughter in the Rain reached #1 on the Billboard Top 100 charts on February 1st, 1975. It was Sedaka's comeback hit in America after a string of hit singles in the early 1960s, and the first of several 70s hits for him. The song had previously been a hit in England, where it was first released. We did this over at Clover Recording Studios with Robert A. Pear, and I don't have the list of players on this one in front of me. But I love Neil. Neil, his piano playing, the timbre of his voice, he's just the sweetest guy. I loved every chance I got, and I did a bunch of records with Neil. So we did this one here, and I'm going to play this for you, and then I'm going to show you this other thing that we did of this song. So here we go. This is Laughter in the Rain from 1974. This is also one of my, I just really love, the whole track on this is really one of the most beautifully cohesive tracks. I love everybody's parts on this. There's not a note out of place. So here we go. You know, it just, to me, that is a perfect pop song. I mean, everything about it is just perfect. So many, many years later, I was doing an album. I've done a bunch of albums with Steve Tyrell. And I'm going to read a little bit about Steve Tyrell here for you. It's interesting here. It says, the renowned singer's ode to what he calls the Great American Songbook, too, features classics by Carole King and Jerry Goffin, Lieber and Stoller, Barry Mann and Cynthia Wilde, Burt Bacharach, Jeff Barry, Ellie Greenwich, blah, blah, blah. It says, Ever since his glorious surprise version of The Way You Look Tonight in the 1991 film Father of the Bride, which I wasn't working with him on that movie when we did this. When we cut The Way You Look Tonight, it was supposed to be temporary for them to shoot to, and they were going to bring in a known singer to sing that for the movie. And Nancy Myers, who was the director of that film, fell in love with Steve's temp version of it and used that in the movie. And it started an entire second career for Steve, because Steve was a really renowned producer. Well, I'd done lots of records with Steve over the years. And so it says here, ever since his glorious surprise version of The Way You Look Tonight in the 1991 film Father of the Bride paved the way for his extraordinary second career as a Grammy Award-winning producer-vocalist, Steve Tyrell has been setting a new standard, the title of his 1999 debut album, for interpreting the Great American Songbook, most notably songs of Sinatra, which reached number 5 on the jazz charts, and his most recent Concord record release, It's Magic, the songs of Sammy Cahn. On his 11th album, That Lovin' Feeling, he celebrates what he calls the Great American Songbook 2, the next generation of songbook, recording seminal rock-era classics penned by legendary songwriters. And it goes on with all these different artists. Well, one of the things he did was Laughter in the Rain, and he had Neil Sedaka come over and record it with him. And it's a slightly different version of it. I'm so thrilled I got to do both of these. But this is back around 2015, I think, we did this one. So I am going to play this. Now, it starts off with Neil just sitting at a piano, kind of playing along, and then it goes into Steve's version of it, along with Neil. It's really sweet. So you've heard the other one. This is Steve and Neil's version. So here we go. This is Neil just sitting at the piano. I love Neil. Boy, the video's really sweet of this song. He's like 80-something now, too, and he's still putting up videos all the time.
Turn to her and she kisses me. There with the beat of the rain on the leaves, softly she breathes and I close my eyes. Yeah, the shining I love of the stormy sky. Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand. overhead. Yeah, man. Ooh, I hear laughter and laughter, walking hand in hand with the one I love. Yeah. Ooh, I love the rainy day and the happy way I feel inside. Ooh, yeah, laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love. Ooh, I just love the rainy day and the happy way I feel inside. Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, I love the rainy day.
You know, two very different spins on a great song. And Neil's in both of them, along with Steve Tyrell in the second one. So that's it for today. I love these ones where I've worked on different versions of the same songs. It's really fun to do that. And let's see. And an update: Maureen is doing better every day. She started driving again, which has really opened her life back up to her. Still being very cautious, using a cane, and some days are better than others, but still making positive results out of everything. So that's it is such a relief. So now I can start looking. I can be working again, because I really couldn't during the dark days that this really was, and. Still doing screenings of the documentary, even though it's streaming and everything. It's still great for the pedigree of the movie to do the different festivals and screenings. So that we're still doing that. Still talking to Denny Tedesco all the time and doing stuff with him. So everything's chugging along here. It rained again yesterday, but today it's gorgeous outside. White puffy clouds and a blue sky. There's supposedly another storm coming this way, but as of right now, it's nice to have everything get a chance to absorb a little bit and not just turn into only runoff. So we're at that. So I'm going to get going here. It's got to get ready to head to rehearsal with the guys. So I will talk to you later. I'll try to be back tomorrow. Okie dokie. Bye.